Welcome back, whiskey lovers, to the Whiskey Explorer. So I've got a really cool bottle for you, and a special shout out to my wife for this one because she brought this back for me all the way from, not Scotland, nope, from Mexico. So from the duty free, this is a travel exclusive. So we have the Johnnie Walker Black Label Triple Cask Edition, blended Scotch this time around. So not a single malt, blended, and we've got 40%. So I don't like seeing the 40% typically, but I have to say this one does have a medium body to it. So it's not too bad for 40% for sure. And I quite enjoyed this one, and I'm going to tell you guys just a little bit about the casking before we get into the fun stuff, which is the tasting and the review, and my favorite time in the review as I get to sip some nice whiskey. So here we go. So just a quick little note on the Johnnie Walker Black Label. Triple cask right here that's sitting on the whiskey cabinet is 3 different cask types, which is pretty cool. So we've got ex-bourbon casks, we've got I believe it's ex-bourbon casks, sherry casks, and then the third and final finish is what they call a pot still rum. So that's what's really interesting. And when I first tried this, I was really reminded of the Balvenie rum cask finish, which is it's called the Balvenie 14 Caribbean cask. And I tried that one at my brother's place in Calgary. And I was not a fan, I have to say. I just, to be honest, I love whiskey. I do like and appreciate rum, but I just found that it was just too heavy on the rum influence. And when I first tried this one, at first I got a lot of the actually some really nice malty Scotch flavor. And then it's sort of that, as I went through the tasting and enjoying the whiskey, it sort of developed near the end finish of the whiskey a really strong rum flavor as well, but it was more welcome here somehow. So as I kind of go through the tasting with you guys, I will definitely try to explain some of my thoughts about why I like it a little bit better than the Balvenie Caribbean cask. It's definitely a good rum to try. I mean, a good, there you go, a good whiskey to try if you are a rum fan. So all you rum runners out there, give this one a try. All right, so here we go. So let's open it up. So this one's been opened, and I would love to see Johnnie Walker. I mean, they have some really special edition whiskeys, but it would be nice to see. I mean, this isn't by any means what I would call a cheap bottle. So it was about $60 Canadian. Mind you, this is a liter. I forgot about that. So a liter, you get about a liter for about $60 Canadian. So it this one here, no cork opening or closure rather. This one is just the metal, which is always, I don't know how you other guys feel about that. Please comment below. Let me know what you think. This is an interesting topic. I love the cork. I like to smell the cork. I like the way it sounds when I open it. Just everything about the cork, you know, cork is great. So this one is not a cork, so it's metal, and something about that always feels cheap to me. I don't know if it's just, you know, my youth and coming up and drinking terrible alcohol and not being able to afford anything else, and then, you know, that sound and that feel as the crunch of the opening, you know. I didn't get it here because it's already been opened, but I guess I'm just being super picky. But there you have it. So screw off cap, and let's just pour a wee dram. There we go. I will always try to give you guys color, and then I'll do a nosing, and then I'll do a tasting, and then give you guys my thoughts on that, on all those kind of categories. And also, stealing again from Trenny C, I will do a viscosity note as well as part of when I kind of have a look at the color. That's sort of the time that I get a good look in the glass. And I was actually watching a review of the Whisky Couch with Gustav in South Africa, and I noticed that he likes to do this thing where he kind of rests the glass. I am not good at it, and I've dripped a little bit of whiskey doing this, but he kind of rests the glass on his finger and very elegantly turns the whiskey, and that kind of gets all the flavor into the Glencairn glass and gives you a nice chance to analyze the legs on it. And I see these ones are actually about medium speed, so, and it definitely is a fruit blast on the first sip, so there's definitely some good sugars going on there. Alright, so let's take a sniff, take a little nosing here. Yeah, I get dark red fruits right away. So think cherry, think plum, blackberry, black currant, red currant. I get all those flavors in there. Deep, rich flavors right away. There's definitely caramel on the nose for sure. And I kind of skipped over it, but the color there, we're looking at a kind of a little bit of a, let's go with a bright copper as a color descriptor there for you guys. And the viscosity, just kind of looking at it, looks medium body, which is what I can remember from tasting it when I tasted it for the first time. So just one more dip in with the schnoz. Oh yeah, so now when I get in there I can smell the rum, and it reminds me of Christmas rum cake. If you've ever had that, like the Christmas cake where you pour the rum on it and you light it on fire. I know that's a tradition in my family. So let's get a taste going here. I'll give you guys some more flavors that I pull out. Wow. So the first sip, I think it's delicious. I'm not generally a fruity like whiskey kind of person. I don't generally like Speysides, and I shy away from Highlands. I'm more of an Island Isla. That's kind of more my wheelhouse. Shout out to the Scotch for Dummies. But this one it's really tasty. It's got this. The rum flavor is apparent right away. I mean, if you already kind of go into it knowing that it's a rum cask finish, you expect the rum, but the flavor of the rum is definitely apparent. It's quite a strong rum flavor. And then the other one that I get right away, the other fruit that comes to mind right away is raisins. And what would be a good description for this one, I think, would be chocolate-covered raisins. Milk chocolate-covered raisins, so that your classic glosset, drugstore or grocery store purchase, the glosset raisins. Think that. I get that right away. And I definitely get those dark fruits. So I'm going to go in for a second sip and tell you guys what I find. So on the second dive into the whiskey there, I get the rum again, for sure. That's up front. So that's front of the palate. Immediately that hits you. That strong kind of rum flavor, and it's sweet. It's not, I shouldn't say strong flavor, because it is smooth and still delicate, but you do have a bit of a punch of the alcohol there. And also I get, so for the fruits, I'm getting really like, this is interesting, I'm getting when you have cherries, that I don't know if any of you have tried like cherries that have been kept, like I guess preserved or whatever. You put them into a jar and you save them for years on end. It's that flavor. So it's the stewed fruits, I guess, is what I'm looking for. So it's like the fruits have had a chance to sweeten or ripen further in that process. That's what I'm getting from this. That's what it reminds me of. I was eating that as a kid. So that comes to mind, and maybe even like a red grape, for sure. Actually, yeah, definitely a red grape. That's in there. And again, I already mentioned the raisins. Blackberry. But man, this is a good whiskey. I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys will too. So if you haven't done so already, I'm going to leave you guys on that note. And if you haven't done so already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. That way you know when I post a new video. I'm going to try to do two videos a week for you guys. See how that goes. I'm really busy with a new job, but if I can pull it off, I'll do it. And if not, we'll see you guys once a week. And also, if you are new to the channel, please consider contributing to the Patreon. The Patreon allows me to purchase some more different, interesting whiskeys for you guys, so that I can get some reviews out, and so you can check it out. So that is a YouTube whiskey first, as far as I know, to review the Johnnie Walker Triple Cask Edition, Black Label Triple Cask Edition, which came out in June of 2018. So I think I'm the first whiskey guy out there to review it. I could be wrong. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, share, give me your thoughts below. Let me know what you guys think. Sláinte.